How's it going, strummers? In this lecture, we'll be talking about the skip beat 3 pattern. So, to hear the skip beat 3 pattern used exactly how it's presented in this lecture, you can listen to songs 23 and 24 in the Eighth Note Patterns playlist on Spotify. Listen to the intro of Imagine Dragons, and then listen to Ari Stack's. I think that the Bon Iver guy, he might be using his fingers to get that kind of warm, woofy tone, but he's basically most of the time using that skip beat 3 pattern. So at first glance at a pattern like this on paper, like on the left side of the screen, it looks like it's totally different than the easy listening groove, but it isn't. It's just basically the first time we've had a missing downstroke. On beat 3, for that downstroke, you're going to strum down or move your hand down without hitting the strings so that the hand keeps doing the easy listening groove alternation. So if I play this slowly, this is what that would look like. Down, up, 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 down, up. So you can see that my hand still moves up on all the eighth notes, 1 and 2 and my hand moves down on every beat, every number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the first thing you're going to want to work on is really slowly reading the pattern first, because that might be the way into this. Really slowly read it, and just make sure that even though you don't see a down or an up, you make sure your hand moves up for every and moves down for every number. The next thing is to um, work this up to where you can repeat the pattern over and over. It's one thing to play it one time. If you listen to how it's used in those two songs, Radioactive and R.E. Stacks, the artist is repeating the rhythm over and over. So whenever it starts over, it's actually up, down, and the down is right away on beat 1. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And then the next step is to add in those accent marks. So we see that there's an accent on beat 2, the downstroke on beat 2, as well as the and of 3, beat 4, and the and of 4. And the reason it's like that, you can see beats 2 and 4 are accented, which is normal. That's like the easy listening groove. But the reason the and of 3 and the and of 4 have an accent is just because of listening to Radioactive and R.E. Stacks. It sounds like both of those artists seem to kind of play this rhythm like that. It sounds like they're not playing it quite like this, like Bringing out only 2 and 4, it sounds like they're bringing out those additional ups like this. So for the first downstroke, it sounds like both of the artists hit it really soft, kind of on the lower strings. So the lower strings for me right now are A, D, G, and B. I'm playing a 5 string chord right now in A minor. Um, with capo 2 though. So, and I did that because that's the first chord in Radioactive. You would just hit that first downstroke softly, kind of like that. Your soft version of a strum of a downstroke on just a few lower strings. And then make your hand come up for the 8th note count, but just don't play anything. You know, 1 and then what we'll do is strum all the strings with a little more inward force to create an accent for beat 2. So 1 and 2. And then right after that, we end up down here, but we need to keep counting with our strumming arm. So, and 3, like we said, just in the air. So far we have 1 and 2 and 3. And now our hand is down here ready for a high string upstroke. So I'm going to hit my E, B, and G strings. And beat 4 is an accent as well, so I'm going to hit all 5 strings with a little force, and then I'll hit my upstroke, my powerful up with the higher strings. And then right after that would be the soft down. You might have to work on half of this rhythm by itself a little while. Down, up, down, up, down. And then you might have to work on the back half of the rhythm and 4 and 1 by itself. But then when you can put that all together, it's time to put on a slow metronome. So just start at about 60 beats a minute, see if you can play it there, and work it up 10 beats a minute at a time, and have fun with it. So that'll be all for this lecture on skipping beat 3 or that radioactive strum pattern. I hope you'll be able to go and look up the chords of Radioactive and the Bon Iver and use this rhythm. It's a really fun one. So thank y'all. How's it going, y'all? Thank you for clicking on this video about strumming. I hope that it was helpful. Just wanted to let you know that I do have a new online course on this topic called Strumming is Drumming. Learn 51 easy guitar strum patterns. It's a technique course. It's got a lot about strumming technique, like getting a really relaxed form and kind of building speed and stuff like that. Um, oh, and also building not just that, but like the finesse section gets you kind of more musical, like adding a kind of color to your strumming, like some strums louder and softer than others, or with different tones, like when you strum on lower strings or high strings. It's a technique course, but it's also just a strum pattern encyclopedia course. Basically, I listen to 500 songs and put them into rhythm categories. So, if online courses is your thing, here's a good one on strumming. You'll learn more than you ever thought you could, probably.